really sleek unit that you can record complete albums on. And if for any reason you're not familiar with some of these terms that I just mentioned, then just relax, because just in a moment we'll have an entire section of this DVD that it's going to be an introduction to how electronic music is made. So if you don't know a fader from a MIDI controller, then don't worry, we've got you covered. Before we do that, let's quickly look at the front panel. The first thing you'll notice is the large 320 by 240 pixel screen, giving you a great display of everything inside the unit. Now, you can move around the screen by using the cursor keys here and change whatever is highlighted by using either the value dial or the increment decrement keys. There are also 5 function keys along the bottom here that correspond to the lower part of your screen, these 5 boxes down here. And they'll depend on what is actually shown here on the screen. If you ever get into any of these screens, you're not sure how to get out, go ahead and use the exit button. We have sensitivity knobs for the stereo input, so you can record anything from, say, turntables, even without a preamp, to guitars and microphones. We have a headphone level and a master level that affects everything coming out of the unit. We have sliders and effects knobs here to tweak your mix of tracks. The pads area, which has 16 soft pads that respond to both velocity and aftertouch. And what's more, with the help of the pad banks button, we have 32 sets of pads, giving us 512 total. In the lower right hand corner, we have the transport section here and a number of buttons to help us get around the screens, as we saw a moment ago, as well as our 10 keypad, which helps us name our files. On the rear panel, we'll find our inputs here, both for microphones and line-ins in the form of balanced 1/4-inch jacks here. We also have the ability to sample directly from a turntable without a mixer or preamp. You can just connect your turntable directly here, and you can also even run a ground line down here if you're getting any buzz or hum down the line. We have our outputs in the form of balanced 1/4-inch jacks, a headphone out here, and also digital outs in both optical and coax form. You can also connect a foot switch to remotely start or stop the MV-8000, plus a bunch of other different options there. And finally, we have USB to join your MV-8000 to a PC or Mac. This allows you to import and export samples and other files to your own computer. Now, there's an additional option that you can place and add on to your MV-8000, which will bring additional outputs and RBus connectivity. The MV-8000 gives you 6 additional analog outs, as well as RBus I/O and digital ins in the form of optical and coax jacks. If you want the information on the MV-8000, visit www.roland.com. So that's kind of like a bird's eye view of what the MV-8000 is made up. And of course, we'll go into each detail of each control as we explore the unit in a moment. But I also understand that a lot of you may be new to music production, and we'll use the next few minutes to give you kind of a quick introduction of how music is produced electronically.